Alright, boom, 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 boom. Maybe I should bring this down a little. Yeah. Boom, what's good everybody? It's your boy JJ. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to subscribe. Good everybody, you know the name, you know the face, you know the vibes. It's your boy JJ. Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time on the channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit the bell so you're notified every time I drop an absolute bang of a video. Yeah guys, like I mentioned yesterday, we're going to be vlogging every day until we are monetized. So welcome back. Don't make this be your loss. Hit the subscribe button. I'll give you a young 5 seconds just to do that. Okay, yeah guys, so today I'm actually outside today. You'll obviously see there's a lot going on. Like I said, I'm not going to mention the posy, but I was planning to shoot inside today, but the lady's yet to clean, and you know, hey, if you know those aunties, they don't play around when you're in the house. Okay, so we're going to be shooting outside. Obviously you can see the one from Metropolis of a house being built, but that's not what we're here to talk about today. Today we're actually here to chat about the real side of being a content creator. You know, not really doing much today. I'm chilling today. Just got off work, and yeah, you know, like guys, like I'm not gonna lie to you, you know, I myself am guilty for this, you know, but I always tell people that creating content is like one of the easiest things you can do, more so in the sense that it is as easy as picking up your cellular device, taking a video, posting it on YouTube, putting a caption, hashtag, and you sorted. But honestly, it does come down to being a bit more than that. I think doing it over the past, what are we now, 2026, doing it over the past like year and a half, I would say it is one of the industries where you learn quite a bit on your own. You know what I mean? I've taken it more than just shooting a video and sending it to an editor or sending it to someone else, etc, etc. But I've managed to, let's say even within a year, I've managed to learn how to shoot correctly, how to edit, how to post, what's good when it comes to captions, what's good in terms of keeping it trendy, in terms of getting something viral, in terms of getting the views, the followers, the people, the target market, but also still trying to remain within your niche. But I will say that one of the hardest things about being a full-time content creator is you don't realize how much or how valuable time is until you struggle to get out of the habit of procrastination. I think that's one of the biggest problems I have, you know, especially, like, I know you guys should know that, you know, most of the time I'm always talking about I'm gonna drop this, and then we don't drop something. But honestly, it's not even that you don't have discipline or consistency. It's literally when you're a one-man show and you shoot you literally do everything behind the scenes. It is quite a hard market to still try and stay consistent and disciplined. Obviously there's also everyday life that's going on. I don't just do full-time content, I also do work on the outside, and you know, there's a couple of side hustles that we do, which means it's not that easy to just go out, shoot a video, get the video transferred, edit it, and then just post it. I mean, it is if this is what you're doing full time, but I mean, with the economy we live in, you can't really have one job, if I can call it that. But I mean, the one thing I've seen from my perspective is it has become harder and harder for people to be able to just go on and create content, because not everyone gets the ability to go viral, not everyone gets the ability to blow up, not everyone gets the ability to even have a device or a stable internet connection, or having the algorithm that works for them rather than with them, you know. That is another thing I will talk about a bit later, but the one thing I've seen in terms of being a full-time content creator is you gotta learn how to organize your time efficiently, because you're gonna find days where on paper it seems easy enough for me to just say, you know what, I'm gonna shoot a video today, I'm gonna get it transferred, I'm gonna put it on the laptop, I'm gonna sit later, have a cup of coffee, I'm gonna do this. But the problem is there's always something that comes in the way of that, and there's always something that you're gonna do to kind of make it work within your schedule. But I mean, it's like, it really does come down to just a few things, you know. I mean, if you are able to sit down, you know, and give yourself like a proper chart of what days to post, what days you are going to post, what days you're going to edit, what days you're going to focus on the networking or the marketing, then I mean it does make it a bit easier. I mean, the one thing that works for me now is I've got like a small little diary, right? And what I like to do is I like to just, I wouldn't say every week, I do it like every 2 weeks, where I'll sit down and I'll see what content I'm going to be posting, what places I'm going to be visiting. I mean, the plans that I've got right now for those vlogs, I think it's going to be absolutely insane. I've got a couple of things I'm going to be doing. Stay tuned. We might be hitting up a young stand-up comedy night. We're going to see how that goes. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're definitely going to live stream that event, and we're going to post it on the channel. So make sure you subscribe and you hit the bell so you don't miss that one. Make sure you guys also go follow my Instagram. I'll have it here on screen, you know, at jason.poetsiwa. But yeah, guys, you know, the one thing I will say a lot of people do struggle with when it comes to content is a lot of the people don't know that you can just start simply with your phone. Now, you don't need a expensive camera, you know, you don't need an expensive drone or an expensive gimbal or an expensive phone for that matter. I do say yes, it is a little bit more than just opening your phone, taking a video and then continuing with your day. It does require a little bit more, and I've seen YouTube itself doesn't really focus or jump into that, so I'm just going to give you guys like a young little tutorial in another video. Today we're just focusing on why it really is hard to be a full-time content creator. I mean, for example, one of the things, being a content creator that uses their mobile device, yes, it is a bit hard, because when you approach brands, when you approach companies, when you approach people, when you approach different mindsets within the same creator space, it does, depending on the person as well, it does come across as a bit of a, because I mean, for me, for example, I'm a bit more of I wouldn't say perfectionist, but I'm a bit more of, I like approaching things full steam ahead and having all the equipment. So for me, I never used to do a lot of reaching out, because in my mindset I always said, if I'm a business owner and some kid comes to me with like, oh hey, yeah, listen, I'm a YouTuber, and I see him whip out his phone, I'm not entirely going to take them seriously. But what I learned over the past year is it's not so much on the equipment you have, but it's what you have inside here that I mean, for myself, yeah, I never really took it serious. And I mean, looking at it now, I've always thought to have equipment on top of that. But I mean, if you are able to take your phone out and shoot a video, go online, create an account, create a channel, create an Instagram page, Twitter page, Snapchat, whatever it is, mix it if you really want to, post a video, you know, but don't just post a video. I want you to post a video and take a step back and see what you could have done to improve that video. Because at the end of the day, how I like to look at my videos is, I like to, even when I'm sitting down and editing, I focus so much on the flaws of the video, on the flaws of, let's say, the person in the picture, that my mind goes all over the place on what I should really be doing, you know. So that's another thing that's really hard about doing content creation full-time, is you put yourself in this mindset, right, where you're not just shooting a video, you're also posting, you're also editing, you're also putting things together, you're collaborating. So when it comes time for you to sit down, have a cup of joe, and really get to focus on it, it does really play a big part on me especially, you know, because I sit there and I look at the video and I'm like, oh, is this really a video that I would, as a stranger, go and tap on the video and continue? Is there something within the video that would really interest me to like try something else? I mean, look, for me, what I'm essentially getting to is there's so many factors that come into play when you decide to be a full-time content creator that you really need to focus on and get it sorted and get it done beforehand. I mean, another hard thing in terms of that is also, I wouldn't say it's hard, well, let me say it like this, it is actually pretty hard to get brand deals, sponsors, collaborators, depending on your niche, depending on how you market yourself, depending on how you market the brand, or whatever your channel or page is about. Your goods, are you providing goods, are you providing services? But what I will say is it does really depend on how you put yourself out there. What a lot of people don't realize is how you put yourself out there is how people get an impression of yourself. So if you have a channel where you're making biltong and you're now going out into the industry and talking about how you're a vegan. It's very hard for myself as a biltong place to say, hey, let me go sponsor JJ or let me collaborate with them, because on here you talk about all your different cuts of meat and all the different spices, but in the real world you're talking about how killing animals is bad and how people should be eating cauliflower rice and all types of nonsense like that. It's actually very good, but sorry about that, the camera was overheating. But yeah guys, like I said, it really does come down to how you put yourself out there, you know. The one thing I always tell people, especially when they ask me how do I have the courage or the bravery to approach a business or to approach anyone outside of a friend group or a circle, is I always think of two things. Number one, I always look at that person as a potential friend, which means I'm not going to be shy or I'm not going to hide who I really am. And number two, I always think of the idea that whenever you approach someone, they're always going to have 11 impressions of you in the first 7 seconds. You might not know what that impressions are, they might not even know what that impression is, but how you carry yourself, how you speak about yourself, how you talk, how you react, how do you use a lot of hand signals when you talk, you know, are you one of the people that's very shy? You also got to understand that how you approach someone is how they respond to you. You know, if you go up to someone and you're very in their face, they're going to get irritated. If you go up to someone and you're very cold like this and, you know, you're not sure, that person can also just say, look, this person's not serious, I don't want to do business with them. So a lot of what you do and how you approach a business or a person that you're looking to collaborate, sponsor, do a deal with, does really affect you, especially on your first impressions. But I mean, there is some fun sides to it, you know. I mean, full-time content creator, everything is based on your own. I myself have had 2 brand deals, very fun, you know, in terms of unboxing stuff, shooting videos, promoting it, showing up at events. You know, there is a really fun side. You know, you do get to do traveling, you get a lot of experiences depending on, I like to say it depends on your niche, you know, because I mean, for me within the car space, having the ability to get invited to like different dealerships and a lot of different like private spaces where people are like, hey, this is my recollection, this is this. I mean, not even just in the cars, you know, I do a mix of lifestyle cars and like cars culture, you know, creation and that type of stuff. Being invited to like a lot of different spaces and places, meeting a lot of different people, different mindsets, different emotions, realities, it's really a cool industry to be in. I do wish though that there was an easier way to get this content out there more efficiently, but like I said, as time goes on, we're going to see how we do that. If you're still here and you made it to the end of the video, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell so you're notified every time I drop an absolute bang of a video. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, don't hit the dislike. Let me know in the comments what I did wrong, what you didn't like, anything you don't agree with, what you would like to see in the next video. But yeah, you know the name, you know the face, you know the vibes. Play with the pipes, mate.